Hi Aries, this is your general scope for the week of April 3rd, 2017. Let me see, so a few things going on. I'm doing the week first and then somehow I'll be doing the monthly. So I just figure I'd do the week first and then I can always do the monthly general scopes another time. And what else is going on? During the week of of April 3rd, we have Mercury going in retrograde. So that's something to really look out for. It usually, you can start feeling it 2 weeks ahead and also 2 weeks after. It usually lasts 3 to 4 weeks. And I think I'll put it in for when it ends in the monthly general scope. But for now, it's really affecting with the weekly. So what that means is anything electronics, if nobody's familiar with this, or if some of you are, that's great, but if some of you aren't familiar with Mercury in retrograde, this is something that has anything to do with electronics, communication, anything dealing with communication. Mercury is the planet of communication. So everything or anything that has to do with communication will go awry. And that means computers will be acting up, telephones will be acting up, your cell phones will be acting up, even driving as well. There seems to be a lot more accidents on the road when Mercury is in retrograde, okay, because that has to do with communication as well. So just a little tidbit in there for you, and I'll be saying it throughout all my videos. So with that said, let's just get started with you, shall we? So the week of April 3rd, 2017, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You have a lot of major arcanas. You have 1, 2, 3 major arcanas in here. So universe is trying to tell you something. That's my messages that I'm getting. And we start off with the shadow side. And this is the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. And so the shadow side represents the death card. No, the devil card in this tarot deck. So in your spread, you start off with the shadow side or the devil card, and usually this card represents manipulation. It generally means addictions, and addictions can be an array of anything, but usually once you hear the word addiction, you usually think of drugs, alcohol, that sort of thing, which is relevant. So maybe you or someone in your life at the beginning of the week are dealing with some kind of like overly indulging in alcohol or drugs, but it also could mean addictions with relationships, codependency, food as well. Okay, so not necessarily drugs and alcohol, but it could be a relationship. And I could see it as a relationship in this by a couple of other cards that I see in this spread. So there could be an addiction to a relationship for some of you. And either you are addicted to a relationship or someone is addicted to you. So that's what I kind of get that energy, that message regarding that. But on the other hand, beginning of the week, you might be you could be manipulating someone, or somebody could be manipulating you. This could be relationship related as well. I believe your general scope might be a little lengthy for this week. Got a few things going on, so a few things could be going on with that regarding this card. And again, it's a major arcana, so you want to pay special attention to something like this, because the universe is trying to speak to you or energy is trying to speak to you. So it could be this type of energy floating around for you at the beginning of the week. It is quite a powerful card. Another thing you want to be mindful about regarding when you're dealing with the Devil card is that you can get out of it. It's not something that you can, you know, you don't have to be really stuck in or bounded to, because they're not really bounded in here. They're free to go at their own free will. But it's your decision. It's up to you. So, but for some of you, the strong point might be in the manipulation part in that department. Either you are being manipulative towards someone, and it can be anyway. It doesn't have to be relationship-wise, like romantic relationship-wise. This could be anybody regarding you being in a job or your own business, employment, stuff like that. Or someone's being manipulative to you. So a lot of energies, a lot of interpretations with this card. That could go on for the beginning of the week anyway. And like I say, this doesn't necessarily mean this is a Monday card. This could be any part of the week the energies flow. Okay. Next card we have is the High Priest. This is regarding structure, strict structure on that. So that kind of goes with the Devil card as well. They kind of relate to each other in some sort of way. But it's regarding structure. It could be religion for some of you. It could be religion. You guys are really deep in your religion. This could be a teacher figure for you as well. Someone who teaches you things, a teacher, what do you call that? Like a mentor. This could be a mentor as well. What else goes along with this? But it is really regarding structure. So some kind of structure is in your life. It could be your beliefs as well, and how you live your beliefs, or how you believe in your beliefs. You could be structured and strict in that manner in your beliefs or your belief systems. What else is going on with this card? This could be as well someone who you go to in regards to advice, someone you highly regard. It could be a father figure for you, father, you know, being in like a church, because this is related with church as well. But it could be somebody you go to for advice to, who you really highly regard, highly respect, who you go to for advice. Okay. This could be you in a powerful situation too, beginning of the week as well. So you're coming up quite powerful, feeling quite powerful, quite proud of yourself, quite in a powerful status as well. It could be you feeling that way, and how you follow and how you go about your day, how you live your life. It could be that as well. Okay, not much to really say about that. That Dawn's a little bit of a difficult card, but for me anyway, in interpreting it, because there could be so many meanings involved with that. Like I said, it could be someone who you go to and you trust, that you go to for advice. It could be you feeling that powerful status, feeling that way, feeling quite powerful at the beginning of the week, coming into the week. It could be also you in a sense in your employment or your business, and you are in that status, and you play that role of dictating who does what as well. Could be a promotion as well. Okay, I was gonna say something, but I think I choose not to. But then it could be a father figure, someone who you go to for advice, who you trust as well. But it is also the meat and potatoes of the card is structure, and it's strict structure on your belief systems and how you live your life. Okay, so I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but that's that. The next card we have is the Ace of Cups. This is an emotional card, so it's an emotional abundance, feeling emotional. Your cup overfloweth with love. That's why it could be a love card at the beginning of a new romance, but it doesn't necessarily have to do with romance. It could be a really good friendship that develops. What else could it be? Even business-wise, it could be a great business partnership that begins as well. But this is an ace card, so the aces also represent a yes card. So whatever questions I do not answer is a yes to. But so pretty self-explanatory with, this is a love card, so it could be the beginning of a beautiful love relationship. But other than that, it could be even in business or employment, yada yada yadas. But it is you feeling so overflowed and in bliss of love. So you could be at it, and that's about midweek where you're feeling this, and there could be any reasons why. It could be even the beginning of you starting to love yourself, and you're just overflowed in bliss with full of love, just overflowing with love and emotions as well midweek. So coming true to yourself, which kind of makes sense with the High Priest card as well. You're coming into a higher power. You're strict in your structure, in your belief systems, and you probably reached a point in your spiritual journey where now you're at a certain point in your life, and you've reached it, and now you're just overflowing with this emotional love, or emotional, just overflowed with joy, love, just emotional abundance. See, this is going to be a little lengthy. You got some deep cards, that's why. Next card we have is the Ten of Wands. This is a card of completion. So you reached a point where you've been there, done that. You've hauled butt. You've carried a heavy burden with you, or carried a lot of how can I say this? You've been on a long journey, you've reached this point, and this is all that you've been carrying for such a long time. But this is a card of completion, so this is the end of hauling all that stuff with you, and now it's you're going on to a new beginning. Now you're going to go and build something from this. Okay, kind of like your experiences. So it's like carrying all your experiences with you. It's a card of movement though. So now you're moving on to another level, and you're gonna build something really great out of these wands. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you too. Next card we have is the Six of Cups. Sixes is a card of harmony and balance, and this is also a card of nostalgia. So someone could be coming back in from your past into your life this week. I'm not sure where it falls, although this is a weekend card, and it's a beautiful card to fall like a Friday card. And so someone from your past, this is an emotional card as well because it is cups, and it's a card of, like I said, nostalgia, someone coming back from your past. But it doesn't necessarily mean that. For some of you that might happen. For others of you, you might just be thinking back about your childhood, and you go and visit maybe your old childhood neighborhood where you grew up at. It could be that. It also could be just something happens where you get a flashback of your past, and this is like stems from childhood times. There could be a smell in the air. There could be just something that you see that kind of flashes you back to your childhood. So just something to remember with this. So a few things going on with this. Someone coming probably or could be coming from your past, coming back into your life this week, who you haven't seen for like many years, or even heard of for many years, or you just going back to your old neighborhood, from where you grew up at, visiting your childhood past, or just something makes you flash back on your childhood past. Okay, but it is a card of harmony and balance as well. Okay, it could be a great weekend though, because you also have the karma card. Because if that person does come back from your past that you haven't seen for a long time, you guys could, could be spending time during the weekend, getting back in touch with each other and yada yadas. But also catching up. Could be a lot of catching up to do. Doesn't mean the person stays in. It's also a card of, I'm sorry, let me just pull up that card back up again. Catching up, healing old wounds is another thing. When a person comes back from your past, it's trying to tell you it's time to mend old wounds as well. So that's another thing from this card. Okay, and you got good karmic energy. This is the karma card. This is the weekend. You got good karmic energy flowing through the weekend. But like I said, it could be the energies could flow any part of the week. But you got good karmic energy this week for this week. Okay, good karmic energy. And the last card we have is the Four of Swords. This is a few things, which makes sense. This falls on a Sunday, but like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be. Could fall any time during the week. And this is usually a card of rest, relaxation, recuperation, healing. Okay, so you could overdo it during the weekend, kind of, and now you're kind of hungover and you need this rest and relaxation. But another thing from this card is not just rest, relaxation, healing. It could be a card of surgery and you're healing from surgery as well, because this is also a surgery card as well. And another thing from this is, although you're resting and relaxing, recuperating, you're still ready to fight another day if you have to. You're still ready to go to war or do something in regards to fighting another day. Okay, not necessarily literal fights now. Just ready to, it's like, maybe you suddenly remembered, oh damn, I really have to do something important, and it's like, okay, but it's in that kind of sense. It's not necessarily literal fight, but yeah. So few things going on. Fours is a card of balance and stability. Not balance, it's a card of stability. So you're trying to balance yourself out after this week, or the weekend, recovering from the weekend. But it is a card of balance. So you've done so much during the week. Now it's just a time of just rest, relaxation, balancing yourself out. Okay, so I don't know if I should recap, because this is a lengthy reading for you guys, but let's do it anyway, shall we? So there could be manipulation at the beginning of the week, either you or somebody else manipulating you manipulating someone, or there is a chance of some kind of addiction going on. It could be a relationship, it could be drugs, alcohol. We could be celebrating too early in the part of this part of the week and just kind of overdoing it. Maybe it's your day off and stuff, and so maybe you're just overindulging in alcohol and drugs. But it could be relationship wise, and it could be even food, and it could be even work, workaholics. It could be related to that too, so just be mindful of that. So but I get more of, like, because that might relate to some of you guys, but for others it could be more of a manipulation. And then we move on to you. You may be feeling or being in a powerful place, a powerful status at the beginning of the week, coming in really strong, confident. But it is a card of structure, strict structure. So it could be your belief systems and how you live your life. Okay, but then again, for some of you, it could be someone you go to for advice as well, or a father figure. It could be that as well. Then midweek, you're just feeling abundantly emotional, or emotionally abundant, just full of love. It could be a beginning of a love relationship, of a romance. Other than that, it could be also business related or employment related as well. beginning of a great friendship. It could be that too. It is also a yes card, so whatever questions I did not answer, it is a yes too. And you're coming to a completion, and you're building from your experiences or everything that you've gone through. So you're rebuilding from that. It's also, so it's a card of new beginnings as well, not just a card of completion, but completing something and building from that. And then someone could be coming in from your past. There is a thing of harmony and balance toward the weekend. But someone could be coming in from your past, and you're either healing old wounds from that, or you're just feeling really nostalgic by the weekend. Could be maybe even wanting to visit a place that you haven't visited in quite a while or quite some time. Maybe you are going back to your childhood neighborhood and revisiting that. And that's all I got with that one. But you got good karmic energy going on through the weekend as well. So you got karma on your side, good karmic energy. And by the end of the week, you're just in a state of rest, relaxation. But for maybe those handful of you, maybe there's surgery involved and you're recuperating from surgery. And for whatever reason that is. And you're in a state of balance at this moment. Not stability. You're in a place of a stable place, so rest, relaxation, and recuperating from whatever happened throughout that week. So I thank you for watching, and I really apologize if this was quite lengthy. And if anything, I will see you guys for the monthly general scopes as well. So just remember, it takes two to tarot. And I'll see you guys for the monthly general scopes for April 2017. Aloha.